Am I gonna? There we go. Hello and welcome to Tuesday Art Stream. Time to make something in Blender. We finished up last week's model last time. So what am I gonna make this time? I could do fan art again. I can also create something original. I'm kind of stuck, but I'm honestly stuck between two ideas for tonight's one. My phone's on silent. So there's something I tried drawing for practice earlier. Ignore. Oh, you can't see that. Never mind. It doesn't matter. I think I'll go with the second idea, which was I'm gonna make something sci-fi, which is gonna be still weird, but sci-fi. So give me a second to get Blender open and show it, not show it, to make it visible. And just clean up my files and stuff. Definitely have too many things in Blender taking up space. Anyways, like that. There we go. Transition. I'm not have any problems and all that. And also, it feels weird not to have any sound even though I have my headphones in. So you know what that means. I really need to add more to my library for music. Hmm. I need to add more stuff. I'll worry about it later. Anyways, as is the meme. Delete default cube first. Although technically, since I have changed my setups and for my own, because when you set up, you can go to here and save startup file. So that's why a few things are changed versus when you start. Like say for this, it's got camera to view and things like that. Technically, that's not the original cube because I deleted it in the original one, placed a new one. Why'd I do that? Because the meme. Anyways, let's hide these. They're kind of useless in this one. I'm gonna try to make this model a little bit easier to rig. I'm gonna be honest, but when I started the Black Rock Shooter model last time, it had actually been a while since I touched Blender. I actually left it be for like 2-3 months because I felt like I had been stuck on improving and I needed a break from it. And when I returned to it, it was a while I had done it. Anyways. Gotta block out the basic shapes again first. The normal thing to go to. Best way to do that for anything is to turn a cube into a sphere and then edit it that way. I don't know why I scaled only the front end with that. I knew I wanted to scale the back end. Alright, I forgot to cut a little cut here. You want to do that for just control's sake. There are a number of ways to make a basic shape for a head. It's just my way one. It's better to have something set up for like annotation or something. I just forgot to add it first. But again, since I do more of a simplified style, it's not too big a deal to be missing out on it. There we go. It's a good basic shape for a head. bring this forward a bit more. Alright, I forgot to say what I was gonna make. That's not the best choice. I should say that pretty early on. I'll be making for this one is it visible? You cannot see the attack thing. The name of the save file, because I never save them as their names. They're always descriptive or something stupid. Is anime girl bot in space. It's gonna be a Gundam-esque thing, but not quite Gundam. You'll see what I mean. You either know what I'm thinking of because you've seen some of the weird stuff in the past, like an old MMO that no longer exists, or you have no idea and you're just gonna be along for the ride. It's fine for the head to use that method, but for the body, make sure to use the mirror mode. It's just gonna be too much trouble otherwise. I mean, you were sleeping until just now. Why do you suddenly want out once I close the door? Thank you. Well, that mode didn't work. I don't need the inset on before applying it, otherwise it's gonna do the ass. You know, don't inset in the first place before you've got the mirror. I was gonna make the neck that way, but it's probably easier just to add another object for that and then combine it later. No, not that button. The shortcut for what I'm doing for the loop cuts is Control R. This is Control E. So it's just a minor misclick. That should do it for that. Gotta give it more rounded shape. Wrong direction. I had hit Control A, which was location rotation. Why do I keep misclicking with a lot of stuff lately? Didn't mean to tab. Scale again. And scale in. Something I forgot to do with these. Activate clipping, otherwise it gets kind of weird. Well, activating afterwards kind of doesn't negate some of the problems. That'll do. We're gonna stop doing that. I mean, for this one, since making the neck, you don't actually get the mirror mode. It just kind of guarantees that it won't be uneven. So the distance away you are from when you hit that S for scale and then Y or X axis or whatever will determine how far you can go where it flips. This point for the body and the neck and stuff and combine them. We want to keep the heads separate, though, so that's a lot easier modeling wise. Before you do that, before you try to combine them, always apply your modifiers and change the location scale. Otherwise, they're just going to get weird. Things will work out wrong when you try to do later steps. All transforms. All transforms. All transforms. All transforms. Also, you don't have to until after you combine them, but origin to geometry makes it less. It makes it so it's when you want to do adjustments that it doesn't move in based on the center of the world and on the actual object itself. Make sure you don't accidentally select the head, and Control J. All right. Since I had deselected the head, it wasn't selecting any of the objects. Looks a bit wonky, but that's going to be fixed in sculpt mode later. what you also have to apply them for. That looks a bit more position-wise for a head. Every now and then, make sure to save, because if things crash as you misclick something, you get very upset. The nice thing about limbs is, when you add the mirror mode, it does that part for you. Scale down, this is too long for an arm. For easier animations, better to actually leave them in separate pieces like hips, torso, and I should not combine them. Well. Whatever. I'm not going to animate it in heavy detail. If at all. Who knows? It's going to be a bit to animate it. I tend to forget that step so many times. Scale it down a bit more. Grab, bring up this. This is going to bring the. Here we go. Maybe a weird when I have to go to the sculpt mode to fix up the point for the arms, but this time around I'm doing something not chibi. And then hit extrude here and scaled it. That'll make it easier to get the points to the wrists. Scale it back on the Y a little. Scale it down a bit on the Z. And bring it up just a little. There's always that little underside curve of your arms. I think that might have been a bit too much. Just to make it easier to keep track, then let's rename the objects. Torso. Wrists. Don't know why I changed the color for the random thing when you name them. I'm gonna have to raise it up more because of the location of that, but whatever. Get to be about the size of the wrist area just from normal scaling before you move into place, and then don't scale it all. Scale by Z, then squish it down a bit. Scale in a little on the Y. And so that's on the edge select. I didn't mean that. Grab it and bring it out a little bit. Extrude here, scale it in. Not on the Y on the X because of the angles. Grab, bring it out on the Y. Extrude again. Grab, bring it on the X. Rotate it on the Z a bit if you want to. Might make this face easier. One here is basically creating stump points for the different, not indexes. I can't remember the word. Digits? Digits. That'll do. Oh, this is more used in drawing than it is in this mode, in this version, but you know. That should do, hopefully. Yeah, that should do, because there's the gap here. Well, hold on, before you do anything else, select the faces here, bring them up a bit. Sake of the palm area. So if you had your hand, just kind of bring that down a bit, the curve a bit. Didn't need to do all of them, just these ones. I did that wrong. There's a few different methods to do this, but I'm gonna just use this method. Subdivide. Subdivide. If you want 4 fingers, you gotta do this. So you have doing this, you create a path. They are easier not what I have to do. There are easier methods than using the subdivision method, but I can never remember them when I'm actually doing it. Actually, I forgot something that will make this easier. Inset it first, just a little. gonna make it so the fingers aren't exactly the size of the palm, and also keep them a little more separate. Remember, all your fingers aren't the same length. You can look at people's hands or your own ones for this point, and put them roughly. Actually, no, wait. Rather than just doing it like that, hit up on the scroll wheel, create 2 insets for the sake of the 2-point joints on each of your fingers. Not insets, loop cuts. Go to loop select or edge select, hold Alt when you click on them, and then you have an easier time. When you hit scales, it'll select. Oh, when you select it, it'll select the entire loop. Not always though. Sometimes it's fidgety like this. I'll have to adjust it. Oh, it's fine if it's not perfectly. If we zoom down stuff, so they'll look fine. They don't have to be perfectly rounded. Really bad at this point. I always get the fingers too tall like this. Anyways. Scale Shift X so it doesn't move left and right. Scale, remember Shift X this time, so again, doesn't move to the right. Oh, not inwards, towards the body. What was... I have no idea what just happened there. I quickly undid it if something did not work how I was supposed to. Gotta remember you're gonna be sculpting the seal around and stuff, but that is way too weird. It's... I kinda made them a little too small. You know, let's fix that. That's better looking. Not quite there yet, but you know, better. Next up is the thumb. Head sides back a bit. That's about right. Do not combine these with the body yet. You do not want them to sculpt the edge until you've adjusted the hands themselves. Let's just bring it up a bit. I mean, it doesn't really matter in comparison to this thing. I just, for some reason, always want to keep things above the grid. Even though you can move the grid. That's just a me thing. I think I'm forgetting something. I don't know. get more rounded for the leg shape. It should be about the right length for the calves. Not the right shape in the slightest for this, but easier to just copy and paste it than it is to completely make a new one. Bring it up a little bit, so we're going to actually give this one feet. Also, I got to give it... Oh, there's one other thing you want to add before you add the feet. It doesn't have to be a separate object, but I'm going to make it because I didn't add it yet. And guess what it is yet? Kneecaps. Probably looks a little weird without them. Here we go. Happening that. Last object to add before we get to the more finer details. There's a bunch of different stuff to add, like costume, outfits, hair, things like that. But that's after you've fully shaped the body. I better do this step with the sculpting mode for adding the things like the bone point on the side of your feet. I'm not gonna give it toes and stuff. That's just weird to do that. A little too small, I think, but mostly fixed up. I don't know why I have a sound turned on for when I hit the tap lock, which is right below the tab button. You need for a lot of mode shifting. Anyways. Let's save before we move on to the next step. Which is again the application of all the different stuff. Wait, I was going to combine the feet with these. Transform for good measure. I'm just going to apply the transform, even though you don't actually have to at this stage, because we haven't actually transformed it. That was a lag. It is only symmetry. That was some weird size pressure. Need some water. Alright, let's get to the sculpting part. Here's the fun part. We gotta remesh the entirety of it. You just leave the voxels as is and you remesh it, it's going to, well, change a lot of it. So you'll want to actually scale them down. Turn on X mirroring. And smooth it all out before I worry about reshaping it. Alright, that's why I was looking. You have to turn on this mode as well. In the different modes, you have to turn back on the random and stuff like that. But you don't really need it in sculpt mode, because you're going to be sculpting specifically the object you selected in layout before you switch. It messed up the geometry weirdly here. If I wasn't going for low poly, then that'd be actually a nuisance. I think my favorite brush is probably the plate one. I do hope that doesn't get picked up on the recording that when I move my mouse around, my presence set up the one of the filter things and my mic moves around too. That's not intentional. This is I'm not using my drawing mod at the moment. You can use in sculpt mode a drawing mod or a drawing pen or tablet. The rest of the stuff it wouldn't really be useful for what I was doing today, which is why I don't have it set up at the moment. Mix up the arms. Right. Do not do that yet. Remesh it. You don't. Oh, let's scale down a bit more. There we go. You don't remesh it first, then you, as you saw, it'll start drawing away and all that, and that's not what you want. Well, that's annoying. It didn't save the X, I have to redo it all. There's gonna be multiple more steps for the sculpting where you combine the body and stuff and then remesh it all then. You want it separated for, like, to make it easier to attach your armature, but if you want to sculpt a larger detail, something like this, gotta remesh the whole thing as one object, really. That was too much. It's gonna freeze. I didn't mean to scroll that much. Yeah, good thing I was saying before, because Blender just freezes me when I try to do the box size too much. That's gonna be way too many faces. That was not what I meant to click. I did not think about it and did that way too fast. So I have to wait a moment, because it is frozen on me. Let's undo that. You don't actually, I don't know if you actually have to remesh because it's separate objects. Not much to do. Yeah, that's not gonna fix my problem. Yeah, I don't think I think I made this too small. I have to do it side to. How many faces do you presently have? That is not how many faces it has. I'm gonna leave that be. I'm really not good at the remeshing of the hands. I'll worry about that later. Why am I leaving these as separate objects? I can now stuff them together. Forget if you have to actually select them as one object first. Yeah, but it's only the active object. You do have to merge them first. Something you can do if you're worried about things going bad is, well, yes. Make a, like, extras or backup collection. And just, you know, hide them from everything. I should probably change all the transforms first, then set the origin to geometry. It's the fun part. Sculpt mode. There's one object now, it'll play like that, but it's better to remesh, but it's gonna do this. Better with the hands. I forget what the adaptivity does. You also don't want to make it too small though. That's probably about as small as I can make it. I'll just have to clean up the area between the fingers. Mate. Yeah, I'll just have to clean up the area between the fingers later. in every art style is, or every art medium is hands one of the toughest things to get right. And for this, it's more of the fact that I didn't want to separate or merge in the way I wanted to. Just, like I said, clean it up later. I think I've just kind of decided I'm not doing low poly on this one at this point, because I clearly have given a lot more detail than planned. Kind of forgot that I was doing that. Don't worry, everything will look less bumpy later. Let me check something real quick. The temptation to just make the head a watermelon right now because the color difference is real. I just move the finger things with this. I'm doubtful on that. I'm probably going to fix this, like I said, probably in a edit mode rather than anywhere else, because this is not something I can sculpt away, it's screwed up vertices. That was too low. That's gonna crack. No, it worked fine. Good. Let's just be safe. Good. Remesh the entire thing so it saves those details, and I can go in and fix up the wrist again. Nothing that really got screwed up from that. I just have to go and fix the fingers. Beyond that, the rest of the body seems to be fine. Yeah, that's horrifying. Nope, it doesn't copy that when you do it on both sides. I'll have to go through and fix each hand separately, because the mirror thing doesn't really work for deleting and editing vertices like this. Wrong button. Also, wrong versions. See if we can fix that up with in sculpt mode. Turn the strength down a bit. Let's turn the XMI mode off, but yeah. Strength doesn't matter for the flattening thing I was doing, so yeah. Yeah, this method's not gonna work unless I go back to it in edit mode and subdivide it all. I haven't actually fixed verses like this in a long time, so I actually don't remember the method. That's not how that's supposed to work. Fix this in a second. Next steps in this case probably to separate it from the rest of the hand and then re-edit, like remake it. Remake the shape, now I can just remesh it and fix it up. It's considerably less, it'll be easier to fix than trying to fix the entire thing. Alright, that one's fixed up. I gotta remesh it, but that's... Filled in the I removed the link points and refilled in the gaps, so that's good. Maybe I should make this the camera stuff being wonky. I have no idea what I just hit to do that. As soon as it was a gap, there isn't actually. Oh, it's holding down Alt and it's changing the keyframe. What is the camera doing right now? Yeah, nope, not with that. That was the opposite of what I wanted to do. Let's go down our top of their hands. Also turn X and Y mode off because that's not going to work out too well here. Prettiest fingers. Try remeshing them again. Alright, can't run while down tempo is active. I don't do the 8. That's gonna crash it, isn't it? No, just... Yeah, you can't really remesh this condition. I've screwed it up too much. It's a low pixel. I don't know what the tool is for. I was passing it. We can at least clean up a little bit with the smoothing brush. Which is essentially what we're doing when you hold down shift, it simply automatically switch to smooth. You can't really control it at that point. So you have to switch the actual brush itself to adjust it. I forgot to turn down to it back on. What? It strips of it to add more material. It's different from blobbing, which causes it to inflate, or inflate, which causes it just balloon up. This adds essentially more layers of the on top of it. That would be perfect, but I do want to clean the hands up at least, the fingers up at least a little bit. Obviously, I'm not going to be finishing this model tonight, but I'll get it fully sculpted to the base shape at least. So I just have to get the head after I get the hands fixed. I mean, it won't look like that when it's in different modes later. But still, I don't like how badly the hands turned out. And by the time I screwed them up, I'd already done too much work, so I didn't want to completely scrap them and restart them. Hands are like the most difficult thing to make. That'll do, I suppose. Now we can use the weld. I should reattach the hands to the rest of the body, so that's fine. Next up, the head. That's better. Better remesh this much too big now. I forgot to. That's why I was acting funky. Now I can remesh it. That would have been. I forgot you could leave it the subdivision off and edit it. That would have been made it so much easier in the sculpting the body and the hands. Yeah, that's some verses I didn't want to leave. It disappeared. Why is more disappearing? Alright, I don't want everything on the There we go. That should do. It's a bit wonky, but really cleaned up a bit more when I had hair and eyes and stuff. I'm not gonna go with that at all. Let's go with UV sphere. I cut everything in half. For the head, you gotta add the eyes and stuff before you finish the sculpting process, which is why it's fine as is. That worked a little bit better than I thought it would. I have one last thing before I close off the night. What on earth is playing? There's something by stream beats, so I guess it's fine. You can randomize that. But that is new to me. I've never heard that before. You hear about the, oh, just shifting, about the, not from the bottom of your brow to the bottom of your nose, about that area. Or the top of your eye, that's about the eye, about the size they normally are. Nope. That was not something that I think I could play. That very much so was something by a band that would probably be copywriting it. Let's go back to things I know that are safe. That was a song that I would have gotten in trouble. I would have gotten in trouble for. We'll be sculpting these as well with the head later, so it's... They can lose some detail they wouldn't normally have. That's a little 2.0. Well, not 2.0, but more than I wanted. Yeah, it looks weird, but it's gonna, because the colors and stuff, it'll get more detail later. And you can do this. And there you go, we got an elf.
Base elf.
Well, it's not quite space yet, but you know, elf. Why not? I was gonna leave this for next time, this part, but I guess I'm gonna do a little bit of the sculpting of the head right now. Hmm. Should I have done that? Oh, good, it works. That would have been bad. Yeah, that wasn't a good idea. That'll do. That's not going to. Let's not go into that enough. It just looks weird right now. The different materials. And that's what we're gonna leave it be for tonight. Look like a gargoyle. Definitely not what I'm going for in the final end, but you know, so much less detail than it have or will have. Let's pause that. Move on to shining. So with that, I'm gonna be wrapping up for tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Art Stream or watching me create this chaos on YouTube. Tune in tomorrow, Wednesday at 8:06 Standard Time for the continuation of River City Girls. Tune in Sunday at 1:06 Standard Time to about 3:30. It's about the time I'll probably wrap that up normally as the replacement for Mondays for the continuation of Lil Noah, Scion of Paradise. I looked up how to pronounce the word. And tune in next Tuesday for 9:36 Standard Time for more Art Stream, where we'll work more on this model. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you had a good time. With that, I've been Lord Jabu, and I hope you have a good morning, evening, or night. Goodbye.